Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Film Snobbery Live. I am your host, Nic Baisley. I'm here on a special Sunday edition of Film Snobbery Live. We're here this Sunday and every Sunday leading up to the FirstGlance Film Festival in Philadelphia. If you guys remember, back in March and April, we were partnering with the FirstGlance Film Festival to do a bunch of interviews for filmmakers and to help promote the film festival, promote their projects at that film festival. And we're doing it again this year. This time as well. What we're doing is if you stick with us throughout the whole time, we've got some great guests that are going to be coming on the show. We've got some great guests tonight. We also have some great prizes that you're going to be eligible to win. So the more you watch, the more you win. So we've got some great stuff going on with that too. As for the great guests that we have on tonight, we actually have a bevy of people on the line right now for the film The Cycle, the short drama directed by Roy Clovis. We also have on the line producers Franz Caio, producer Ivy Grant, and producer Damian Benders. So we'll be talking with them about The Cycle, and we'll be, kind of about their experiences making the film, experiences at various film festivals or anything else that they have, and what kind of got them in the game. So we've got that, and then after that we've got an interview with Nic Delgado about his movie The Macabre World of Lavender Williams. So stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned because we have our usual contest that we're going to be doing for the FirstGlance film. You can win yourself. Tonight's prize is going to be a one-year subscription to Movie Maker magazine. And every time, if you're a winner on Film Snobbery Live during these special shows, what you'll actually get is every time you win, once you win, you're put into a pool in which the final prize will be drawn for. So if you win today, you're in the running for the final prize. And that final prize could be anything, but it's usually valued at pretty high money, so it's good stuff. So I want everyone to just hang in there. What I'm going to do, today's show is going to be a little awkward since my director, Ryan Nishan's not able to make it today, so I'm actually going to be running from the host desk here where you see me. I'll be running over also to the production desk and running the trailers and stuff like that. So we will be right back. We're going to show you right now. We're going to go for the trailer for The Cycle, and when we get back, we will be speaking with all those people that I just mentioned. So hang in there, and we'll be right back.
Are you tired of the changing face of your community?
Why the hell you over here starting trouble?
What you looking at? You don't belong here either.
The quiet building till you come around. Hey! That's my daughter's bike!
There's an 8-year-old girl, and she's really upset about having her bike taken from her.
Would somebody please tell me what's going on?
You got way too many
You
questions.
need to mind your damn business!
Go again.
Friend, if you're not gonna ride your bike, you should bring it inside. Leave it out there, it might disappear.
Hey everyone, we're back. That was the trailer for The Cycle, and we actually have the director and the producers of The Cycle on the line with us right now. If there are any audio issues, I apologize in advance, but when you get a lot of people on a conference call like this, it can get a little crowded. But we'll do the best we can, and hopefully you guys all enjoy the interview. I would like to introduce right now the director, Roy Clovis, producer, Franz Caio, producer Ivy Grant, and producer Damian Benders. Welcome to the show, guys and girls.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. So let's jump right into it. Where did the idea for The Cycle come from?
The cycle is actually based on a true story. A little girl who appears in the film plays herself. Actually, her name is Corinne Bob Temple. She had her bicycle stolen 3 years ago. And Franz Caio and I found a neighbor of hers, and we heard about the story, and we decided to make a movie out of it. We had a lot of poetic license and did some fun things with it to fill out and round out the story, but it was based on actual events.
Excellent. Where did you see where you got the idea from? Was filmmaking always something that interested you? Was, rather than turning this into, say, a short story or turning this into another medium. What really brought you into the film part of it?
I've been working in film and television for quite some time now, mostly in sports television. I worked for NBA Entertainment and for Major League Baseball Productions, doing shows like This Week in Baseball and NBA Inside Stuff. But over the last 5 years, I've been slowly kind of getting my feet wet in narrative filmmaking, and so this was a natural progression to do the next project for me.
Excellent. Now, where did you? I'll ask a question now to Ivy, producer Ivy Grant. How did you get involved with Roy?
Well, Roy and I have known each other for many, many years. We were in college together, actually, and I approached him about 2 years ago and said, you know, the fateful question, what type of producer do you do? And I'd worked in music production with Everett Film. So I took it, just kind of talked to him about it, and he said, you know, later on, much later, he said, you know, do you want to produce this film for me?
And you said...
And then I dragged Damian Benders into that.
And you said, yes, I do. All right.
Exactly. I kind of figured that the fact that it was a short, for myself being a first-time producer, that it was a short made it a little bit easier for us, for me to be able to take it on as a full project. Because if it were a full-length feature, I would have been scared to do it my first time out. And then because Roy knows me, I figure, you know, if I screw it up, what can he really do? We're friends.
that can sometimes be the hardest person to work with as a friend. I've got a little bit of experience with that. So I'm going to ask you another quick question. As a first-time producer, what was the most challenging part of your job putting this together?
I think the most challenging part of it is just keeping all the balls in the air. You know, there's a lot of different moving parts. There's the production is going on at the same time you're managing the budget. Things are coming up every day. You're firefighting, you're problem solving. And so just managing all of that process at once and, you know, kicking the director's butt when his butt needs to be kicked. It's important to keep all of those things together at once.
Yeah. I'm going to go now to, I'm going to ask a question of the producer, Damian Benders. Damian, so let me ask you a quick question. How was it to work on this as well? Was this your first foray into producing as well?
Yes, definitely my first time. But it was a great project.
It looks to me like a project that has a lot of heart and a lot of good production value. It looks like a really good short little film. What from your perspective, like, what was mostly your role in getting this together as a producer? Because sometimes the word producer is such a nebulous term and can involve so much. Like, what was kind of more so your specific job?
That's a great question. For this project, I think that our normal title just kind of, floated between, chief bottle washer and person to run to the store and get food for the crew. So everything from coordinating to try to get the right people to work on our score, working with the actors to get them to and from the set, setting up the schedule, working on locations, everything that, and right down to the financing and trying to beg, borrow, and steal from everyone we could. The producers did it all on this particular film.
Okay. Nice. So Roy, now with your background in, a little bit of background in film and television, were you able to take a lot of those skills that you had gotten from the television world and translate them to the film world? And was there anything where you were like, wow, this doesn't really work in film the way it did in television?
I was hoping that would never be an issue. I think that a lot of film teachers actually approach teaching how they would do a narrative film from a documentary standpoint, how you juxtapose images next to each other. Mm-hmm. So my background is a producer, writer, editor, and also someone who has shot film. Like, all of those skills kind of were what I was able to translate directly to narrative film. But it is different, and I've been studying it and working hard to try to prepare myself for the difference.
And where did you guys actually where did you find your actors? Where did you go to, on a website? Did you get them on a website? Did you go to a Craigslist? Did you just hold open auditions? What did you do?
For us, we got really lucky. I took a stab at trying to find a casting director, which I was warned was going to be very difficult with a short film. And I was warned again once we actually interacted and interfaced with casting directors. Luckily, one of them fell in love with the script. Her name is Liz Ortiz-Macus, a wonderful woman who came on board and really pushed our project to a community of actors. And the support we got was overwhelming. We had a bunch of people audition, and lucky for us, we were able to cast 16 extremely talented actors on the project through Liz Ortiz-Macus and the Screen Actors Guild.
Now, this is this being a short. Was this something that you guys are currently? You're obviously going to the Philadelphia FirstGlance Film Festival, Philadelphia, with it, and then from there, do you have other film festivals that you guys have already accepted to that you're going to, or what's the plan for this?
Yes, Philly is one of the next ones up on the list. We'll also be going to a lot of cities. Chicago, New Orleans, New Jersey will be in New Brunswick. Trinidad and Tobago we're going to also. We're going to Montreal, and we'll also be playing in South Africa in November.
Excellent, excellent. Now, and you know, is the plan for the cycle? I'm asking. I guess I could ask Roy, being the director. Is the plan for the cycle to use this as kind of a calling card for future film projects, or is this is this more of a one-off kind of you getting, just trying to get your feet wet as a director? What was kind of the motivation to the end goal of the cycle?
Well, yeah, definitely it was meant to be a calling card. It's when you get to see it, you'll notice it's a pretty ambitious short film. My hope was to kind of give the idea that I would be ready to direct a feature film coming up sooner than later. So it was an ambitious project for that reason. We kind of had all of those things in place as if we were going to shoot a feature film. Especially with the ensemble cast, we literally had 15 characters cast. And we had to learn how to manage them. We had to deal with that. So the learning curve was extremely high, and I think that we met that challenge with some great success. So yeah, I think for myself, as well as Franz, Ivy, Damien, and all of the actors and everyone who worked on the film, we're looking for the next big thing. So definitely the calling card for all of us. We all kind of grew up quite a bit in the making of this film.
Nice, and I actually, first, Bill Ostroff, the director of the FirstGlance Film Festival, is in our chat room tonight, and I believe he was referring to your movie. He says one of the most well-acted short films he's seen. So that's a plus.
Oh, that's terrific to hear. Yeah, we had a tremendous cast. They all poured their heart and soul into it. They really believe in the project, and it's largely because of their work that we've been getting such great success with the film.
Now, Franz, I didn't really get a chance to ask you the same question I asked the other two producers. What attracted you to the project, and was that something that you were really looking to, is this something now that you want to move forward with as far as in your career and continuing to make new projects with Roy specifically?
Well, actually, I've known Roy since our freshman year in college, and we've been discussing doing films with each other since then. And actually, this is, I believe, the fourth project we worked on together, as me working as either associate producer or producer with him. And looking forward to doing more projects as well, as this is definitely part of our career plan, our career arc that we've discussed.
Excellent, excellent. And what was the heart, Franz, back to you again, what was as a producer, again, we've already kind of established that it's a fairly large title. What was kind of your primary role within the film?
Well, I think I left a lot of financial things up to Damien and Ivy, as I don't like to do those things as much. But basically, my role was more because I presented it, the project to Roy, and heard the story originally, and then told Roy about it, and he got to get the in-depth story. I also handle a lot more of the community relations because it was such a community-based story, and making sure that the people that were directly involved with the story of the cycle felt good about it, felt like they should support it. The community also supporting it with the local businesses, finding locations, locations dried up on us that were within the community to make it look authentic, and just getting a lot of support from the Bedford-Stuyvesant area. So that was a major role that I tried to fill and handle while we were going through the film.
Now, did you guys film primarily in Brooklyn?
Yes, actually, I lived right in the middle of the Jersey to get that to film there.
And did you find that getting that, the community behind you and filming this, did you find that was it challenging at all, or was the community very open and giving? Like, once you started asking for help, did you find that most people actually ended up saying yes?
I would say it was more of a mixed bag. Basically, the people that the story was about were very supportive, except for the quote-unquote villains. They weren't very supportive at all. But I would also say, though, it was a little challenging because the area is still going through gentrification, which is the basis of the story. We actually got one of our laptops stolen from one of the areas that we're holed up in for the production of the cycle. So there were people that were very supportive, and they gave us breaks on and deals on things, and other people who were not as supportive and tried to sabotage our film while we were going through it. So, like I said, it was definitely a mixed bag throughout the entire experience.
Well, that can be rough. Now, and did you guys, when that happened, the laptop got stolen, first of all, was there any footage on that laptop that had to be reshot? And second, was that kind of like a demoralizing moment, or was that kind of and I guess I'll ask this to Roy, did you, or was this more of like a, this is just going to make it, this just makes that whole kind of experience almost more realistic and more believable, so this is more of an inspiration to go forward with this movie?
Well, initially it was my laptop that was stolen, and it was stolen from the production office, and my laptop was being used to transfer and recompress all of the footage that was coming from the Red camera. So luckily for all of us, all of our film had been transferred routinely, not to one drive, but 2 drives as a backup. So we had all of our footage that just was still laying there. Thankfully, whoever the thief, if you're listening, thank you for not taking this backup drive. We had the whole film, and as much as it hurt to have my laptop stolen, it was day 6 of our shoot, so it would have been impossible to replace what we had shot. And, to be honest, for me, it was very demoralizing. We had, so day 6 is tough because we're not sleeping that much while we're not, we're still worried and nervous and trying to do the best we can. And when that happened, it really hurt and put it to damp on things. But, a good night's sleep, I think, made everything all right.
Well, I'm glad that at the end everything worked out, and for everyone out there, you can see the cycle, which will actually a short little drama, looks really well shot. And now that you guys mentioned that you shot on the red, that actually explains a lot of it. As long as you have a good cinematographer, generally, a red something shot on the red, or even like a one of those just nice higher end little cameras are just they look beautiful. And the red has great color depth, and I just really love the way that the things shot on the red look. But you guys out there can go see the cycle over at the FirstGlance Film Festival in Philadelphia. And also, do you guys, I'll start with Roy, we'll work our way down. If you guys are on any social media sites or anything like that, now's the time to plug them so that people can follow you. We'll also start with your the actual website where people can get more information on the film. Roy, what's the website people can go see this at?
Okay, our website is for our company. It's called Mundo Loco Film, and it's just mundolocofilm.com. It's the Spanish translation for Crazy World Films. Mundolocofilm.com. We also have a fan page on Facebook Mundo Loco Films presents The Cycle. And I quickly wanted to mention, you mentioned all of the beautiful footage, the imagery that was captured. That was director of photography, Dick Singer, who incidentally won an award for his cinematography. It's the International Cinematographer Guild selecting him and our movie The Cycle for one of the Emerging Cinematographer Awards that will be given out in 2 weeks in Los Angeles. So we're very proud of his work, and the movie looks gorgeous, and it's really because of his eye.
Excellent. Excellent. So, and now we'll go over to Franz real quick. Do you happen to have any, you on Twitter, Facebook, anything like that? You got your own website set up?
Actually, we were just going to drive everything towards the Mundo Loco Films website and the Facebook page that we set up to there. And also we do have a Twitter account, Mundo Loco Films at Twitter. So basically, we want to drive everyone over there as we have all the great information and clips and pictures and things of that nature that people can follow along with the film. And we update that on a consistent basis.
Excellent. Yeah, I've already liked your fan page on Facebook. I'll make sure that I'm following you guys on Twitter, and we'll definitely hopefully connect on there as well. Ivy or Damien, anything else you guys want to throw out there, or are we pretty much covered it all with the Facebook, Twitter, and Mundo Loco web pages?
Well, I think Damien's Twitter in charge. I tend to try to be a little quieter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that we covered it, though. You can find us on Mundo Loco website as well as Mundo Loco Film on Twitter.
Excellent. All right. Well, yeah. So you guys out there, Mundo Loco, you guys go find Mundo Loco Film. You can go check them out, Twitter, Facebook, or on their webpage. Go check them out. And if you're in the Philadelphia or even on the East Coast, I mean, heck, even if you're in New York, it's a short drive down to Philadelphia. Go on down there. Go on down to the FirstGlance Film Festival, Philly. It's a real good time. I actually was at their festival in Hollywood in April, and I got to tell you, I had the best time. It was my first time as an adult being in LA, and I had a blast. Great parties, great people, great films. So you really can't ask for more. And that's coming from someone who literally worked the entire time he was there, and I still had a blast. So so I want to thank our guests tonight. Director Roy Clovis. I want to thank his producers, Franz Cayo, Ivy Grant, and Damien Benders for coming on the show. I wish I actually had more time to chat with everyone, but you know what? We'll just have to do a follow-up, I guess, when I see you guys in Philadelphia in October 14th through the 17th, I believe it is the festival date. So thank you guys for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it.
Nick, on behalf of our whole team, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys very much, and ladies and gentlemen, that's the people, the man, the women behind The Cycle. So just go check it out, and if you want to get more information, go to their website and check out The Cycle by Roy Clovis. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I was checking it out earlier today myself because I have to do a little homework. So thanks, guys. You guys have a great night.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. All right, so we're going on to the next part of our show now. We have our next guest who's going to be calling in any minute now. Our next guest, his name is Nic Delgado, and let's see here. So when our next guest calls in, we're going to chat with him about his movie, The Macabre World of Lavender Williams. But first, I've just got a little promo I want to show you. When we come back from the promo, I'm actually going to show you the trailer for The Macabre World of Lavender Williams. When we come back from the trailer, we will actually have an interview with the director himself, Nic Delgado. Hold on, we'll be right back. Final Draft version 8 is the industry standard for screenwriting software. Final Draft version 8 is the industry standard for screenwriting software. With ease of use and time-saving features like Final Draft's Scene View, Index Cards, and Scene Properties Inspector, you can see why Final Draft users include Academy Award winners like Oliver Stone, Tom Hanks, J.J. Abrams, and James Cameron. Final Draft is now even more extensible with its new XML-based file format that can be used to import your script into many other programs. Check out Final Draft 8 now for free over at www.finaldraft.com.
You are the one who'll decide where to go. Remember these words, sweetheart. Love, Dad.
Why can't I see Dad?
Lavender. You know it's complicated, honey.
It's your fault.
Honey.
My name is Mr. Carcinoma. You may call me Cancer.
They say Sheriff Murdstone roams a lonely country roads collecting orphan kids.
I'm not an orphan. I have a dad. Dear Dad, I'm coming your way. Maybe I'll be there before this letter arrives. You like me very much. You'll see. Love, Lavender. Lester?
In the flesh, yeah.
You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go.
And we're back with our director, the director of Macabre World of Lavender Williams, Nic Delgado. Nic, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Hi, how you guys?
Hi, I'm doing excellent, sir. Thank you so much for coming on. We're sorry about we're running a little late tonight, but that's, you know, how live, well, I'd say live television, but live internet broadcasts are sometimes.
It's all right, man. It's all good.
Excellent. So, we notice, obviously, you look at the trailer, you see some really great, you see some great stuff. You see, obviously, a zombie dog, which I'm right behind, right from the get-go. I saw that and literally burst out laughing when I saw the trailer and the dog's tongue falls out. And then I also noticed you had Christopher Lloyd in your movie, which is great. So tell us a little bit about how did the Macabre World of Lavender Williams come about?
Well, I am from U.S. System School, and I have to do a film for my thesis film. And I had this feature film idea about this little girl that, is pretty, has a big imagination, it's art. In actual fact, the idea came because a friend of mine told me once, hey, when I was a little kid, I enjoyed thinking all the possible ways my parents could die in an accident. Like a plane crash or whatever. And I said, well, that's an interesting little girl. And that's how the character Lavender was born. Even though the movie doesn't have any of that in it, but that was the genesis. And then I had a sketch of a zombie dog I really liked, and I decided to put the character together. And I said, well, this is this film. It's awesome.
Excellent. Yeah. Now, as far as this is your first film?
Well, I was making films ever since I was a little kid, so, I mean, I didn't say it's my first big, majorly produced with all the choices in the world film, but I made, just so you can see, I made 15 shorts before this one, so,
So you've had you've had some practice.
Yes, of course.
How did you go about finding your cast? I mean, like we mentioned, you have Lily Jackson, who plays Lavender Williams, the little girl. You have Christopher Lloyd in here as well, who's obviously, I mean, he's well known, everything from Doc Brown to The Judge to all these guys, all these different he does a lot of character work. How did you find this cast?
Well, at first, I was making, I was going to shoot. We were gonna do like a student film basically, so we were casting it ourselves, but now casting and Craig's footage and all those line services. Then something amazing happened, which was I was at home one day, we were 2 months before shooting, and this teacher called me, Mac is the director for Back to the Future. He called the school and he wants to mentor a film, a project, a 15-year script
would be great for it. So why don't you send it out? So I locked myself in a room for like a week, and you know, and I went on the script, for some artwork, the effect to send it out. A week later, they called me and they said, yeah, Bob has chosen you to be your mentor. So that was really great, opened a lot of doors. And at the same time, another friend of mine sent a script around to every casting director in town in LA. And Nic LaRue, who cast Wrecking for a Dream, and, you know, and Scary Movie, like, she called and said, you know, I collaborated in this script and I'm going to help you cast the movie. So she, one of the people she works with, Kelly herself, she became my casting director. So we had connected to USO Timothy, and we had a real great casting director. So we had his, you know, access to the actors like Delgado, who also does some work on the film. So it was pretty cool.
Interesting. Now, as far as the movie itself, it's a short, and you know, I'm watching the trailer for this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this seems like a lot of movie to be put into a short. Did you find at any time that, you know, having to going into it as a short, did you find that it was constrictive at all to get through this story in such a small period of time? Because to me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I would love, just from the trailer, I would love to see an hour and a half of this.
Definitely. In fact, you know, part of the reason I'm making the movie was like, and even the look around, because you know, to me, my life is about making movies. I'm not going to do anything else. So when I was in school, I was thinking, you know, I was looking at my hero director, like, you know, George Lucas and people like that, and I was like, those guys made a short, and then they turned into a picture film. I was like, well, let's do a short. It's a story that can be made into a picture. So not only do we do a great short, but I also have a sales pitch to be able to say, hey, look, the movie's going to look like this, and I can do big effects and big stuff like this and that. So it's all, you know, I prove to people that I can do it, and also give that taste of what the feature film will be. So that was the point. But yeah, of course, you know, like a short, it's hard to put everything in, but it's good. Like, as Zemeckis told me, he said, like, it's going to be great, it's dense, it's going to be a lot of stories, fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he said, so I go with it.
Yeah, someone here in the where was it? We have someone here in the chat who said, first of all, they said T. Holmes here in the chat room says, love Christopher Lloyd, which everyone does. And then someone else made a comparison, too, that said that your movie was, it was Labyrinth crossed with Requiem for a Dream. And I was like, that's a really apt statement. I really enjoyed that. Now, did you know, when you were making this, I mean, you're not only just, you know, you're not just working with actors and with a story. You're working with makeup effects, it looks like, and you're working with puppeteering. Was that very difficult to direct a puppet? You know, because you're shooting the puppet, the actions of the puppet, but you're really directing the puppeteer, right?
Yes.
And was that difficult?
It was really cool, actually, because, you know, first when we approached, Christopher Lloyd has two roles in the film. He has like a human role, and then goes to that dog, the zombie dog. So, so at first we thought that Chris will do the voice of the dog. He wanted to be on set working with the actress so that they would interact. So I thought, oh, that's great. So we shot several takes. We shot first the take. We started with Christopher standing in for the dog, and then we started taking that. Without a dog. And then the puppeteers, which funny that you talk about Larry, because the puppeteers were from Jim Henson. They had worked for Jim Henson, so they were lookout. But so the puppeteers would look at it, they would see that they fire with the dog, the puppet dog, and that Christopher Lloyd would be doing the voice right. So they were following his voice and the performance he had given before. So it was cool. I mean, I love puppets and I love animatronics, and man, it was really. They would have more of those in the movies, but not CG, you know. So I love it. It was fun.
Now, what did you find was your biggest challenge while you were making this? Because, I mean, you have all of these different elements that generally a lot of, I know you said you've done some shorts and stuff before, but, I mean, for all intents and purposes, you know, when you look at when you look at, well, I don't want to say first-time filmmakers, but when you're looking at filmmakers who are building their kind of repertoire, as it were, generally they start out with, small little character pieces and stuff like that. I mean, you're coming out here with, makeup effects, puppeteering, you got stars, kids, everything that they say, like, save that and work with that once you have a budget, once you have the time to work on it, all this. What was the hardest part overall of getting this done?
By far, getting the money in the movie.
and how did you actually do that, if you don't mind us asking?
No. It's completely. Well, we won like several grants and awards. And that's the Panavision New Filmmakers Award. So we got our camera package for free. We got a couple of more production grants, and then also Warner Brothers was fantastic. They loved the trailer of the film and everything. So we stepped in and they helped us with post-production. So we finished the movie at Warner, which was really awesome. And then to the rest of the money, I entertained everybody I knew, and saying, this is the gate of my dream. This is what I want to do, and this is very important. And I raised the money. Like, it's really, I felt like change tour at the end of the life to get very, really pitching, and everybody, I kind of that I had a lot of guardian angels that loved me, and it was cool to raise the money real quick. It was good. It was hard because up until that moment it was great. Away, and people talk a lot, but then when it was time to give you money, then they back away and stuff. So it was hard. It was hard.
All right, and you're not alone with that. I mean, that's what most people say is the hardest part. Now, as far as the film is concerned, has it been to any other film festival yet, or is First Glance going to be your first, or how's that working for you?
No, I think today we just got accepted at Cincinnati Film Festival. I think that's the third. So we've been 30 international festivals in the last year or so.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on all the festival success so far, and I want to just let everyone know they can go see the Macabre World of Lavender Williams, directed by our guest Nic Delgado. They can see it at First Glance Film Festival, Philadelphia, this October 14th through the 17th. It's going to be good fun out there. So, Nick, did you find now the child actor you worked with, the lead who plays Lavender? She's done a lot of television before. Her name is Lily Jackson. She's done some television and stuff before. Did you find that when you were directing her that she already kind of had a handle on anything? You didn't really have to hold her hand for a lot of things. I mean, because a lot of people say, well, you work with kids, that's a toughie. Did you find that to be really a lot easier than you might have thought going into it?
Well, I have worked with kids before and other shorts, and I love kids personally because I'm one myself, and so, we knew that the movie would leave the guy on the girl, not how the special effects and all the crazy stuff, it's about her. So we saw many girls, and there was something very special about this girl, and she looked unique. And she was extremely professional, really wanted to please me and to know what I wanted. If she felt that I wasn't happy, she got really upset, and she was like, oh, I don't think Nick liked it, so it was like a partner. I mean, she was like, in a way, I think working with child actors, good child actors, are, very easier than with adults. Because I think adults, if I think we need ADR, there's not a lot of replacement. For the adults, for people like Christopher Lloyd or Rex Lee, people who've been in many movies, it was something hard to sync their dialogue to the image. But for the girls, you got it immediately because I think kids have a freshness and they have attention to original limitations. They don't even know they have limitations. They just think, you just said, I want you to fly. They fly, so it's good.
Excellent. Now, did you go into school for film? Is that right?
Yeah, USC. Yes.
Yeah, excellent. So, when you were growing up, was there a particular film or director that you used to watch when you were growing up, and you said, you would watch their stuff and you would say, that's what I want to do? And is that is there? Who was that, or what was that influenced you to do this as a profession?
Yeah, I was 5. There's two things. On one hand, I was 5 and I watched Superman the movie, the original movie with Christopher Reeve, and I remember remember seeing him fly. That's me. That was like, that's what makes the people do that for. So, you know, they made people fly. And then I saw an episode of Sesame Street where the character made a movie, a superhero movie, you know, with a camera and the screen and stuff. They put them together, and it's like, oh, can you make this movie? And so the next day, me and my friends, we got together and we decided, let's do a Superman movie, which I played Superman, if you can expect me. So that's the beginning. It was better than really, and we just making movies. That's all I've been doing all my life.
So you've gone from You Will Believe a Man Can Fly to Zombie Dogs voiced by Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, of course, Zombie Dogs, yeah, man.
Heck yeah, that sounds like a natural progression, of course. And another thing that is of note too, and I'll admit I'm cheating because I'm reading your IMDb for this. You also got John Lithgow to do a voice or to play God, literally.
Yeah.
How the heck did you get John Lithgow involved in this as well? Was that because of an association with Christopher Lloyd, or because it was part of kind of something at USC, or how'd that happen?
Well, it's one of those things that it's like some things are enjoyable and grow up. So when you have something good, other good things start to come. So what happens is Rex Lee, the actor who plays the villain in the film, you know, he's been in many action movies that I love, like in the Hunger. So Hunger, Johnny Depp is the guy, and Rex is the other bad guy. He's the bad cop that betrays his Stallone and stuff. So obviously they have friends. Rex and John have friends, and Rex was like, you know, John would love this. He would love to be this. So he gave him John's script, and John was going to call me home, which was great. We still had school, and he called me home, and he's like, I love it, but I can't do it because I'm going to New York tomorrow to do a play. But it so happens that eventually he came back, and even though he couldn't be in the roles, but he could be the voice. So it was fantastic. And on one day I had Christopher Lloyd, Rex Lee, and John Lithgow together in the room together. And I was still continuing, obviously Christopher Lloyd and John Lithgow went together in MACABRE and Side. So I'm a big fan to have those guys together.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, for those of you guys who if you don't know who Rex Lee off the top of your head is, he's been in he's most currently on CSI Miami. You can see him on, and he's not one of those guys who's like on for like one episode and then, or he plays the dead guy. No, he's Detective Frank Tripp on there. He's been in there for, you know, pretty much the entire run of the show. So good stuff. He's also been in Appaloosa. He's been in. He actually did some work with John Lithgow in Third Rock from the Sun. He was in. He's been in a ton of stuff. I mean, his resume goes all the way back to the 1980s. So I mean, really good stuff. I love seeing filmmakers who are able to make a quality product, number one, and number two, able to get you know, known people in there. Not because, you know, like, you know, people say, oh, you get a few known people in there, then you can sell it or whatever. I think that's great anyway, but you know, if you can sell it, great. But the idea is that it's really good to see that filmmakers can get these actors involved in their projects and excited about their projects, and it just doesn't seem impossible. You know, everyone sits there and goes like, I'll never get a John Lithgow in my movie because, you know, he's John Lithgow. And it's like, look, you know, if you get them interested and you know, if you even better sometimes, I'm guessing, if you can pay them, they'll be in your movie. You know, so it's like, you know, if they're interested in the project and they're interested in you as a person and your career, then they're willing to help. And it seems like you got a lot of people behind you that are willing to help you with that, and that's really admirable. I can see that, and it makes me more excited to see the movie because you have all of these kind of known quantities that believe in what you did, and you know, they were willing to put their reputations out there too, and you know, I'm excited to see that. So thanks, Nick, for coming on the show and for doing for making a movie so that you can come on the show so that I can talk about your movie. And I would say good luck at the FirstGlance Film Festival. Are you going, once you go, are you going to, you're over in California, right?
Yeah, in Los Angeles, correct.
Yeah, are you going to be able to make it for the FirstGlance Philadelphia Film Festival?
I'm not sure, but I doubt it. I'm very busy. Like, as you could imagine, I have several projects here. many meetings and all, and studio stuff. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to run up to that bucket festival. So, we'll see.
Well, if you can make it, great, and I'll see you if you do. But and if you don't, no big deal. But I want to just let everyone know to go see if you haven't seen it anywhere else. Go see the Macabre World of Lavender Williams over at the FirstGlance Philadelphia Film Festival this October 14th through the 17th. It's good stuff. And do you have any other plans once for this movie once the festival run is over?
I'm not sure. I think, probably will television or something. Because we want to make a feature film, and we're working actively on that. We might be we'll appear on DVD with a feature or something. So we will see. We'll have to see. But I think the story is going to carry over. Hopefully into the feature film. Hopefully we'll be making within the next year, and then we can go back in normal form. LAVENDER is going to be around for a while. So
okay. All right. Well, you had mentioned it before we let you go. I have one question from the audience. Trista Holmes asks, how many days does it typically take to shoot a short?
It depends on the short, but anything from like one. I've done it one to 10. My film was a big budget movie, for a short movie budget, and also was ambitious and I had a lot of effects. So we originally scheduled for 15 days, but we didn't have enough money for that. So we came down to 11. We worked like crazy in those 11 days, and then once we had like a impact of the movie, we sat down and we said, well, what shot are we missing? And that's something that they encourage us to do, and I think it's very important, like Lucas and Jackson did, which is like, you want to capture and look at the capture and say, well, I would like a close-up here that I didn't get, or you know what, I would like another scene that explains a little bit more about this part of the story, because it has become important, even though what's in the script, but looking at it, the characters make the important, so I want to see. So we shot for 3 more days, and then 3 more days of miniature photography. Because a lot of the big vistas have miniatures, so we shot for 3 more days for that.
Excellent. Well, thank you again for coming on the show, Nick. I appreciate it, and hopefully we stay in touch to talk more about the Macabre World of Lavender Williams, and I hope that we continue to see your work as it progresses. Do you have a website or any social media outlets that we can plug on the show here to get people to go to?
Yeah, it's www.distillingempire.com, and writing it on the email thing on the Castilian Empire. I just wrote it down. So you got it?
Yep, we got it.
Yeah, when you go to the page, you can see the trailer there. And you can join in the Facebook and Twitter accounts there. So just you can join the social, become a fan of the movie through that.
Excellent. And by the way, that zombie dog, I mean, no offense to my co-host, Jerry Cavallaro, but I would have that zombie dog as a co-host any day of the week. We have actually toyed around with the idea of making my co-host, Jerry, we've considered getting a Muppet of him and having the Muppet on the show for a co-host.
So now you can always make it up as a zombie and their partner.
Perfect. Well, Nick, thanks again for coming on, and we appreciate it, and I'm really excited to go see this movie. Now I have one more reason to go to the FirstGlance Film Festival in Philly in October. So thank you for coming on the show tonight, sharing that with us, and thanks for making me laugh too. It was a weird night tonight, and thank you for making me laugh. It was great.
I'm glad. It was great talking to you guys. Talk to you later.
Great. Have a good one, Nick. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. That was, ladies and gentlemen, that was Nic Delgado, the Macabre World of Lavender Williams. He'll be over at, again, the FirstGlance Film Festival, Philadelphia, October 14th through the 17th. Great festival to go to if you haven't already. We're going to do one more thing, then we're going to come back. We got a contest with you, brought to you by the FirstGlance Film Festival, ourselves, and Movie Maker magazine, and that will then you'll finally get to hear co-host Jerry Cavallaro talk about it. So, but first, we've got one other little thing we want to show you, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so hold on one moment. Creative Software's Vegas Pro 9 editing and Blu-ray disc production software allows you to edit standard or high-definition video with ease. Their drag-and-drop functionality, along with their multi-camera editing tools, extensive plugin support, and efficient workflow for 32 and 64-bit systems, gives independent content creators of all types the ability to customize their workspace and take advantage of professional editing tools at a fraction of the cost of Final Cut Pro. For a free demo, visit www.sonycreativesoftware.com and discover for yourself why FilmSnobbery Live has been using Sony Vegas Pro editing software for all their post-production needs. And we're back, everyone. We're here now. We're gonna turn the reins on over to co-host Jerry Cavallaro. We're gonna have him talk about the FirstGlance Film Festival contest of this week. Brought to you by Movie Maker Magazine and FirstGlance. So, Jerry, take it away.
First of all, I like the idea. I just want to say I like the idea of a zombie dog puppet co-host.
So do I, right?
Yeah.
No offense. You can still voice it if you want, but.
Well, yeah, I could do the voice of it, but let's be honest. I really don't get to talk much during the show anyway, so we can just be sitting there on the desk with you.
We'll get you. We'll get you a little bit something more as the time goes forward, but yeah, it's tough, Jerry. It's tough when you have really good guests and you want to get all the info out there to have that third voice in there. But I'm lucky to have you around to do things like this contest. So let's talk about that.
Yes. So now, as I tell the contest, everyone imagine the puppet zombie dog saying this. We're giving away a 1-year subscription to Movie Maker Magazine. And this contest also enters you into our grand prize contest, which will be at the end of the month. It's sponsored by FirstGlance Film. Basically, we want you to be the first person to tweet this out. I'm going to put something in the chat room right now. It says, "Forget the VMAs. I'm watching FirstGlance Film Month on FilmSnobbery Live. You should too," with a link. Be the first person to tweet it out. It's in the chat room right now. Copy and paste. And the first person wins a 1-year subscription to Movie Maker Magazine. And I'll be checking on Twitter to see who's the first person.
Yeah, this one's a real simple.
Hurry up and tweet.
This one's a real simple one, and as the weeks go by, every show the contests will get a little bit different. We're gonna have these contests every show, which is every Sunday from now till the FirstGlance Film Festival. And what we'll be doing is we'll be giving away great prizes. If you win a prize today, you're in the running to win the big prize at the very end. So the more you watch, and the more you get an opportunity to win, if you win, you're good for the big prize at the end. So that's an incentive to keep coming back every week. So, and if you don't win, and I'll throw this out there as well, if for some reason you guys don't win the subscription to Movie Maker Magazine this week, fret not, because we have some other great stuff that we can do for you. We actually have a little deal with Movie Maker Magazine ourselves. If you want a subscription for, not for free, but for $6, you can go to moviemaker.com/subscribe/filmsnobbery and get your own 1-year subscription for only $6 there. So that's a good deal too, right?
It's a great deal.
That's an awesome deal. So let's see. Okay. Who's the winner, Jerry?
My Twitter's taking forever to load. It could be my computer, or it could just be Twitter sucks because of the VMAs tonight. I thought I was going to have to change the contest before because Twitter, I was getting the fail wheel.
Well, the one. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. FirstGlance Film, you're not allowed to win. Let's see here. The one I have as being the winner is David Field. Fuldy? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. David. Is that what you have, Jerry? I almost called you Ryan.
Wow, I don't want to be Ryan.
No.
Yeah, I have the same. Actually, yeah, I think I have the same as well, yeah.
Okay, so David _FULDE. You win. So,
congratulations.
Congratulations, yes. So what you're going to have to do is...
I think, sorry, I just wanted to say, Thursday was his first show, I believe, and we asked to come back on Sunday because he said he enjoyed it. and look what you won.
See?
So, thanks for coming back.
Thank you. Excellent. See, the more you guys show up and you win. So here's what I'm going to have you do, David, if you could send me an email, please, to nic@filmsnobbery.com. I spell my name just N-I-C, so nic@filmsnobbery.com. And what I'll do is, if you send me your email with your name, address, I think I might need your phone number as well. If you send me all of that information, what I will do, and your mailing address, that is, give me all that information and we'll get you set up with a 1-year subscription to Movie Maker magazine. So, and that's courtesy of the First Glance Film Festival and Movie Maker. So thank you very much for being a viewer, and for being a viewer, you get free stuff. It's a beautiful thing. And anyone who's watched the show for more than like 3 or 4 shows, we do this kind of stuff all the time. So the more you listen, believe me, you're going to get more free swag. If anyone's never seen the picture of Marinelle with holding she's wearing a First Glance shirt, I think, or no, she's wearing the Slaughtered Lamb shirt from Last Exit to Nowhere, and then she's got just an armful of swag that she's gotten from us. So the more you watch,
she won way too many contests.
I know, right? I think we have to no, she hasn't won in a while, so we'll put her back in the running. Another thing I want to just kind of put out there is more of not so much having to do with First Glance, but one of the things I want to throw out there as a thank you is I got my copy of David Brannon's Night Before the Wedding. I actually got the retail ready copy, the disc, signed by David Brannon, Gregor Collins, and I believe John signed this too, John Keating. So the two lead actors and the director. So you cannot go wrong with that. Really, really excited to have this. It's marked as the Visionary Disc Volume 1. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I just want to say thank you to David Brannon, because him and Karen actually had me on Film Courage recently and interviewed me, but thank you also for the autographed copy of Night Before the Wedding. Really good movie. If you guys out there haven't had a chance to see it yet, it's awesome. So I just want to say thank you to him. As we're coming down to the tail end of the show, another thing I want to make sure to throw out there is if you're not already following us, please follow us on Twitter. You can go to twitter.com/filmsnobbery, follow us there. You can follow my co-host Jerry Cavallaro, twitter.com/getstuck. And you can follow the First Glance Film Festival and what's going on there as well, twitter.com/firstglancefilms, plural, I believe. And if you want more information on all of their festivals and all their goings-on, because they have tons of stuff up on their website, you can go on over to www.firstglancefilm.com. I think it's filmsingular.com. And so really good stuff there. If you guys haven't already, please check into your Miso app or go to www.gomiso.com and put in that you're watching Film Snobbery Live. It doesn't really get us anything, but obviously, in the days of, we're in the time of now things that are trending and things are doing that and this and that. We're trying to grow as much as possible. We need your help to do that. We thank you for watching the show and for coming in the chat and interacting with us. Anything more that we can do to get the word out, not only on us, but the stuff that we're promoting as well. These films and filmmakers and stuff like that. The more you guys spread it around the interwebs, the better. So if you have either the Miso app on iPhone or Android, you can check in there in Film Snobbery Live, or you can go to www.gomiso.com. And feel free, please, to follow and fan us on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/filmsnobbery, and you'll see links there for our reviews, the columns that we do, as well as the different shows and stuff like that as well. For those of you guys who are fans of Things I Didn't Learn in Film School, I know it's been a while since we've seen some new stuff from them. Well, I've got 3 new episodes coming up from them. They've got one that's already posted. I've got 2 more that'll be posted in the next day or so. So I think that first, the Things I Didn't Learn in Film School peeps, Francis Abbey and Jerry Dennis, they're back, and they're back with a vengeance. They want to give you guys some great information there. So I just wanted to throw out there, again, First Glance Philadelphia, this October 14th through the 17th. I want to thank Bill Ostroff for having us at the First Glance Philly Hollywood, and now we're continuing the tradition, and we're going to be doing this again. So it's a beautiful thing, and I want to thank everyone who's supporting us so far and supporting the First Glance Film Festival, because they've got some really good things going on. They've got a screening series that they're working with. They've got this great theatrical deal out there out in Vegas that is well worth the money. You know, you can go and, you know, obviously you can do a 4-wall deal or a service deal over in like New York at a place like the Quad. Costs a little bit of cash. You get some good stuff because it's New York. Or you can go to Vegas, spend only a little bit of cash, and you get, you know, a huge deal there too. And it's well worth it. The deal is one of those where you look at it and you're like, that's too good to be true. Well, you know what? It's true. So take it. So lots of really good stuff going on there. Jerry, anything that you wanted to just throw out there? Any plugs that we missed?
I think you hit everything.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You know, I think I really kind of covered my base as well, didn't I?
You did. Did you show a clip of that that final draft promo? I don't think we did that.
No, we did.
I don't think they're sponsoring today, are they?
They are. Yes, we did. We showed the promo for them right after we did the interview with Roy in Gang.
Oh, okay.
We did it before Nick.
I don't get to watch the stream that much, so. But then you got everything then. You're good.
First Glance Film says, how about hair plugs? Yeah, well, I don't have those. Although I do now have a gym membership, so screw you guys. I'm going to get back in fighting form because I'm going to be at South by Southwest this March, giving my little workshop, I hope. We're waiting to hear back, but I have a feeling it's going to happen. So I want to be back in fighting form, so to speak, when that happens in March. So Austin, I'm coming to get you. So that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
Just take pictures and send them to me.
I'm telling you, because Jerry never gets to go to anything. I feel bad. I really do, because like Jerry's like the co-host, but he's always like the extended co-host. He's always kind of off on his own, kind of doing his own thing. But Jerry's got some good stuff that he's working on too. So we're not going to talk about that at all on the air. But Jerry's got some good stuff he's working on. So he's got every reason to be absent right now. So so that being said, I want to thank everyone. Next week we've got next Thursday. Remember, the shows are on Thursday now, the regular shows. We've got more guests coming on, as well as some more information we want to share with you. It may or may not be John Trigonis. Cerese's John Trigonis coming on the show. We'll see. It depends on whether or not John can do it. And I think he said we were discussing it actually in the chat here. But we'll see what actually happens with that. He says he'll email you. Okay, so we'll. No, hold on. That's not him. That's. We'll figure it out. Anyway. So we have that on Thursday, and then join us next Sunday for the second installment of the First Glance Film Month. We have some new guests coming on there too, some good guests. Not that these guys weren't good, but some more good ones. So we're just going to let the goodness keep going. So thank you everyone for stopping by the show tonight. We'll see you on Thursday. So good night.